right, here we go. We got a first look at Sylvan, Sage, Vivian. For the first time, we're going to take a look at her skills. We're going to take a look at her kit and see whether or not she's going to be worth it. I'm going to tell you right now, 100%, I will be pulling for this unit. I've been saving for this unit. She more than likely will be a plus 15 a unit. However, her kit does seem a little odd. Hopefully she is good, but it reminds me of Arya's kit. When we first saw it, we were like, okay, we're not too sure how this is going to work. It's got focus. It's got some stuff in there. She counters, something like that, right? And she ended up actually being pretty decent. So we'll see, how she fares in Epic 7. But let's go ahead and skip forward to her kit. So we got Sylvan, Sage, Vivian. She is a light mage. She is a cancer. She's 110 base speed, so not extremely fast. She's got some pretty decent health and defense. She has an attack imprint. So if you have spare Vivians, you're going to be able to get imprint release attack to the entire party. And then her concentration gives herself crit chance. So that's the whale imprint that you're going to want to have if you want to build her damage. So anytime that you see crit chance, that lets you know that this unit will more than likely need to deal a decent amount of damage, and that imprint concentration is going to help you lower the stat requirement on the gear so you can pump out more crit damage, more attack, more speed, more bulk. Maybe we'll see how her skills work in game, right? So let's take a look at the skill number 2, Insight. At the start of the first battle, gains 3 focus, and at the start of the turn, gains 1 focus. So she gets a total of 4 focus when she goes, right? When attacked, if expected damage suffered is equivalent to 25% or more of max health, consumes 1 focus, decreasing damage suffered by 50%. And after being attacked, decreases skill cooldowns of the caster by 1 turn. When more than 1 damage reduction effect is granted, only the strongest effect is applied. Okay, so she can't get 1 shot, right? To me, that's what that's saying. She gets hit with 25% or more, it decreases damage suffered by 50%. Okay, no. It's not that she can't get 1 shot. It's she just gets damage mitigation, right? So damage reduction. So it's going to help her survive a little bit better. And of course, you're going to have to max all of this because you want up to that 50% after being attacked. You want her to survive, so she might need to be somewhat tanky, right? I'm thinking maybe like she'll be good for GVG. Because if you do want her to survive, she is going to have a decent health pool. I'm thinking like at least 10k or more, probably like 12k-ish maybe. But we'll see if they show us anything here. I don't think they're going to show us. Okay, yeah. They'll show us a little preview here, and let's see if they. Okay, so he won't be able to one-shot her, right? Because if he does, let's say 15k, he'll do 7k. What was that, 5k? Okay, they went too fast. Come on. Yeah, 5k damage, and I don't think they show us how much HP she had, right? No. So he did about 5k damage with attack buff. So there is that. So keep that in mind. Next up, we got skill number 3, Nature's Judgment. Attacks all enemies by bringing forth the power of nature. Increases crit damage of all allies for 2 turns and recovers health before increasing attack of the caster. So she gives herself an attack buff, gives everybody crit damage buff for 2 turns, and then the amount recovered increases proportional to the target's max health. So she gets some HP back. She gives herself attack buff. She gives everybody crit damage buff. Increased attack effect can stack up to 3 times. Okay, so it's not an increased attack, it's just increasing her attack, and that can stack up to 3 times. So this reminds me of like Landy passive, right? Like the stacking. Who else has something similar to this? I can't think of anyone else where you want them to be able to survive. Like LR Kraut, right? The more he can go, the more damage that he's going to deal. So that's going to be pretty nice. So again, she's kind of built a little odd. I mean, you want her to survive because you want her effect to stack as much as possible up to those 3 times. Okay, look, So here they have her at 11k. Full focus. She goes with the S3. She increases her attack and then she hits everybody with the S3. And does she deal insane amounts of damage? So she did like almost 6k to everybody. Not a lot of damage. It doesn't look like you'll be able to cleave with her, because look, she has 11k HP. She gives herself stacked increase attack. She has crit damage buff, right? And if she did have this attack buff, that's not a lot of damage. That's not a lot of damage. But she is reducing the cooldown on her S3, so she could potentially cycle really, really fast. We didn't see what her cooldown is. It's 6 turns. That's a lot. Are you even gonna get a chance, right? Because what is this? Insight? She has to get hit, right? She has to get hit in order for her to reduce the cooldown. So, I mean, you could build her fast to take advantage of the crit damage buff and her increased attack, but you still want her to get attacked after you S3, right? Otherwise, that 6 turn cooldown is never going to come. I don't know. Right away, I think that 6 turn cooldown is too much. I think this is too much. There's not even a -1 on the Molas. I don't know about that. I don't know if she's ever going to S3 again. But I mean, we'll see, right? We'll see how this plays out in game. Does she? Okay, she's not low health, so I don't think she recovers any HP here. Does she? No, just the crit damage buff. Mana Attunement. This just increases her speed for 1 turn. You can soul burn this for 10 souls, and it's an AoE, which is kind of interesting. 10 soul burn, AoE. It can be pretty strong, right? Do they soul burn here? And it's going to be that whirlwind thing, right? Yeah. That was pretty decent damage though. On that S1, does she have attack buff? Okay, let's see. Let's look at that again. So she's going to increase her speed. Yeah, she has attack buff, crit damage buff. She's got some barrier mitigation there. Okay, so there's just showcasing her then, because it's all like mitigation team. There's no damage there. So none of these units are going to take advantage of that crit damage buff. But you'll see here. Okay, that's pretty decent damage. I mean, maybe as like a bruiser mage, right? You know, I was hoping her kit was a little different. You know, maybe some type of counter to some of these units that are out right now. But, you know, it is what it is. She still looks pretty cool. I'm definitely going to be pulling for her. We are going full pity for her. I think I'm like 130 pulls away from picking her up. We will plus 15 her. We will max Mola her. And we're going to try different builds. I'm not too sure how we're going to build her straight out, because you want her to be somewhat tanky. You want her to be fast. If you want her to be built as a support to give crit damage buff to everybody and then attack buff. And then you want her to cycle, right? You want her to cycle so she get that attack increase. So she might be a good GVG unit, right? She's dropping on July 21st. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like always, if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.